In this video today, I would like to present some tips to control our anger. Anger is an emotion which can really wreak havoc. It can disrupt our lives. It can break long-standing relationships. It can cause a lot of injury to people. So here are some measures which we can adopt and control our anger. I divide these measures into two broad areas or two broad forms and categories. One of them refers to these short-term measures and the other ones are long-term measures. So let me first point out these short-term measures. Short-term measures actually are ones which are meant to delay our reaction, because you see, anger is nothing but an immediate response, an immediate reaction to something that is annoying to us. So the response, the more delayed it is, the more balanced it will become. And so here are some tips to delay that response. Number one, change our posture. We should change our posture. If you are sitting, we should stand up. If you are standing, we should sit down. Number two, change our location. If we are in one room, the best thing is to just go out of the room, go out of the house. The third measure is that just drink a glass of water. Fourth measure is to draw deep breaths, at least 7 or 8 or 9 deep breaths. Then another measure in this regard, or the fifth measure, is that we must suggest positive sentences to ourselves, just as like saying, relax, take it easy. So this has a calming effect on ourselves. It has a soothing effect. And finally, viewers, this short-term measure, one of the short-term measures is this, what is called physical release, that you pick up a bat or something and you hit a sofa or a pillow, or if you have a pillow, to punch. This actually vents out that frustration, that anger that has built up in us. So these are the short-term measures. So coming to the long-term measures, the first of them is that we need to assess the fact that we have certain trigger points. There are certain trigger situations which whenever we come across, we get angry. And we know ourselves that what makes us angry a lot. So let us try to stay away from such situations. The second measure, long-term measure, is that let us visualize a response. And that is that we should imagine that when the crunch time will come, I will not behave impulsively. I will not vent my anger. So you visualize your response. You imagine how you're going to behave when that time comes. And this imperceptibly helps us. The third long-term measure is that we need to relax generally in our lives. So what happens is that since we are not relaxed individuals, we are often at the point that a very small thing triggers a big reaction. So this is the case when we are not relaxed individuals. We must be people who take regular time in exercising, in calming ourselves, because this will actually offer us that buffer. The fourth long-term measure is that we must learn to forgive people. Forgiveness is something which, of course, is learned because of the fact that we have to understand that we are also responsible of angering other people. So if other people are angering us, let us forgive them, because if we want to be forgiven, then it's all the more reason that we should forgive other people. So another long-term measure in this regard is that we need to give ourselves positive suggestions. And these positive suggestions are that if some person is causing that damage or that annoyance, then we have to look at his good points, because those good points are the ones which will soothe us, which will tell us that this is something that person never intended maybe, or maybe if he did intend, then he has some other good qualities as well. And finally, viewers, if all these short-term and long-term measures fail and we still are not able to control our anger, then we need to apologize to that person. If we vent out our anger to a person, we must make amends, we must say sorry, and we must remember that saying sorry does not belittle us. It might belittle us before people, but it elevates us before the Almighty. It is the right of that person that we must apologize to him or her at all cost. And I do think that if we undertake these measures, we do stick to these measures, inshallah, time will come when we will be able to really control our anger. Thank you.